Ever been on a date and felt like she was totally feeling it, but you weren't sure if you should make a move? You know that feeling, right? You don't want to misread things, come on too strong, or, God forbid, miss a golden opportunity. It's like trying to decipher a secret code. Well, gentlemen, today we're cracking that code. We're diving deep into the subtle signs she's giving off to let you know she's ready for you to take things to the next level. Because, let's be honest, women aren't always direct with their desires. But that doesn't mean they're not sending signals. You just have to know what to look for. By the end of this video, you'll be a master at reading between the lines and knowing exactly when to make your move with confidence. So, grab a pen and paper, gentlemen, because class is in session. Alright guys, let's talk about eye contact. And no, I'm not talking about the quick glance you exchange while waiting for the barista to call your order. I'm talking about something deeper, something more electric. I'm talking about the kind of eye contact that lingers, that makes you feel like you're the only two people in the room. You know the look, right? It's the one where she holds your gaze just a beat longer than usual, where her eyes seem to sparkle with a hint of mischief and intrigue. It's the kind of look that sends a shiver down your spine and makes you forget what you were about to say. This, my friends, is not your average eye contact. This is a woman who's interested, a woman who's open to seeing where things go. It's a silent invitation, a green light to lean in a little closer, to let the conversation flow a little smoother. Think about it. When you're genuinely engaged in a conversation, when you're truly captivated by the person you're with, you naturally make eye contact. You can't help but be drawn to their eyes, to get lost in their gaze. So, when a woman holds your eye contact, especially after you've cracked a joke or shared something personal, pay attention. It's a clear sign that she's not just physically present, she's mentally present. She's invested in the interaction and she's open to seeing where it leads. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but what if she's just being polite? And that's a valid question, but here's the thing. There's a difference between polite eye contact and the kind of eye contact that makes you weak in the knees. Polite eye contact is fleeting, it's functional. It's the kind of eye contact you make when you're acknowledging someone's presence, but you're not necessarily interested in engaging with them on a deeper level. The eye contact we're talking about here is different. It's charged with a certain energy, a certain magnetism. It's the kind of eye contact that makes you feel like you're sharing a secret, like you're connecting on a deeper level. So, how can you tell the difference? It's about the intensity, the duration, and the overall vibe. If she's holding your gaze while smiling, it's a big green light. If her eyes are sparkling and she seems genuinely interested in what you have to say, that's another positive sign. On the other hand, if her eyes are darting around the room or she seems distracted, it might be a sign that she's not fully engaged. But if you're getting those long, lingering looks, trust your gut. She's trying to tell you something without saying a word. Let's talk about the power of touch. And no, I'm not talking about anything inappropriate. I'm talking about those subtle yet electrifying moments when a woman initiates physical contact. It's a language all its own, gentlemen, and it speaks volumes about her interest level. Think about it. We, as humans, are wired for connection. We crave physical touch. It makes us feel safe, desired, and understood. And when a woman initiates that touch, even in the smallest of ways, it's a clear sign that she's comfortable with you, that she wants to be closer, to break down the physical barriers between you. Now, this doesn't mean she's going to throw herself into your arms on the first date. It's often much more subtle than that. It might be a gentle touch on your arm when she laughs at your joke, a playful nudge when you tease her, or the way she leans in close when you're sharing a story. These seemingly insignificant gestures are actually powerful indicators of attraction. They're her way of testing the waters, of seeing how you respond to her touch. And trust me, your response matters. If you recoil or pull away, you're sending a clear message that you're not interested, that you're not comfortable with her touch. But if you lean in, if you reciprocate her touch, you're creating a powerful connection, a spark of intimacy that can ignite the flames of attraction. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but what if she's just being friendly? And that's a valid concern. But here's the thing, there's a difference between friendly touch and flirtatious touch. Friendly touch is usually brief, impersonal, and often happens in passing. It's the kind of touch you might exchange with a colleague or a casual acquaintance. Think a pat on the back or a quick handshake. Flirtatious touch, on the other hand, is intentional. It lingers, and it's often accompanied by other positive body language cues like prolonged eye contact, a playful smile, or a slight tilt of the head. So how can you tell the difference? Pay attention to the context, the duration, and the overall vibe. If she's constantly finding excuses to touch you, if her touch lingers a little longer than necessary, or if she seems to be blushing or giggling after a touch, it's a good sign she's feeling it. For example, let's say you're telling her a story and she reaches out and touches your arm while laughing. That's a good sign. But if she keeps her hand there, gently stroking your arm while maintaining eye contact, that's a clear signal that she's interested in more than just friendship. The key here is to be aware of her touch, to notice the subtle cues she's sending, and when you feel that spark, that undeniable connection, don't be afraid to reciprocate. A gentle touch on her arm, a playful tuck of her hair behind her ear, or even just holding her gaze a little longer can speak volumes about your interest. Remember, gentlemen, touch is a powerful tool in the game of attraction. Use it wisely, use it respectfully, and use it to build a connection that goes beyond words. Chapter 3. Teasing and Playful Banter. Alright gentlemen, let's talk about the art of playful banter because, let's face it, a woman who can dish it out and take it is incredibly attractive. It shows confidence, wit, and a playful spirit that's impossible to resist. Think about it. When you're genuinely enjoying someone's company, when you feel comfortable and at ease, you naturally fall into a playful back and forth. You tease each other, you challenge each other, and you create a dynamic that's both stimulating and exciting. So when a woman engages in playful banter with you, it's a sign that she's not afraid to be herself, that she's comfortable enough to let her guard down and have a little fun. It's also a sign that she's attracted to your sense of humor, your intelligence, and your ability to keep up with her. Now, I'm not talking about mean-spirited jabs or insults disguised as humor. That's just plain rude. I'm talking about the kind of teasing that's lighthearted, flirty, and always respectful. It's about creating a playful tension, a push and pull dynamic that keeps things interesting and keeps you on your toes. For example, let's say you're out for drinks and she playfully teases you about your drink order. Instead of getting defensive or feeling self-conscious, embrace the banter. Fire back with a witty retort, a playful challenge, or even a self-deprecating joke. The key here is to show her that you can take a joke, that you're confident enough to laugh at yourself, and that you're not afraid to engage in a little playful back and forth. Another way she might engage in playful banter is by challenging your opinions or beliefs, but in a fun, flirty way. For example, let's say you're talking about your favorite movies and she playfully disagrees with your taste. Instead of shutting down the conversation or trying to convince her that you're right, embrace the challenge. Defend your choices with passion and humor, but also be open to hearing her perspective. The point here isn't to win the argument, but to keep the conversation flowing, to create a playful tension that keeps you both engaged and entertained. Remember, gentlemen, playful banter is all about creating a fun, flirty dynamic that keeps her on her toes and leaves her wanting more. It's about showing her that you're not afraid to be playful, that you have a good sense of humor, and that you're confident enough to engage in a little back and forth. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation with a woman who's not afraid to tease you, take it as a compliment. It's a sign that she's attracted to you, that she's comfortable with you, and that she's looking for a man who can keep up with her playful spirit. So you've seen the signs, you've read between the lines, and you're feeling the heat. Now what? Now gentlemen, it's time to make your move. Don't overthink it. Don't second guess yourself. Trust your instincts and go for it. If you're feeling that undeniable connection, if the energy is electric and the moment feels right, lean in for a kiss. Or, if you're not quite there yet, suggest another date, another opportunity to connect and see where things go. The key is to act with confidence and intention. Remember, the worst thing you can do is wait too long, to let fear and doubt paralyze you into inaction. Because the truth is, those missed opportunities can haunt you. So, trust your gut, gentlemen. If she's giving you the green light, go for it. You might just be surprised at where it leads. Ever missed a sign she was into you? Drop your story in the comments and make sure to subscribe for more tips on reading between the lines.